Amazon is working on a low-cost storefront to rival Temu. Huawei appears to still be using TSMC chips despite U.S. sanctions. And Qualcomm and Google team up to help car makers create AI voice systems. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, and this is Engadget News. Amazon may be working on a secondary online sales platform that would compete with the absurdly low prices of Chinese retailer Temu. The information reported that it has seen internal information sent to Amazon merchants that detail some of the price caps for this new storefront. The outlet claims the upper limit of prices are set at $8 for jewelry, $9 for bedding, $13 for guitars, and $20 for sofas that are shipped from its fulfillment center in Guangdong, China, under this new low-cost store. According to the site's sources, orders from this storefront would have slower shipping timelines of 9 to 11 days, but would also charge lower fulfillment fees to sellers. A seller would be charged between $1.77 and $2.05 to ship a 4 to 8 ounce item through the low-cost store, compared with $2.67 upwards to $4.16 for an item of that weight shipped under fulfillment by Amazon from a domestic warehouse. Amazon has not set price limits on its eponymous online storefront, so this new platform will be a markedly different strategy from its usual approach. It's more in line with the pricing policy followed by Temu, which launched in 2022. In just 2 years, the bargain basement e-commerce platform has garnered a reputation for selling items of dubious quality, as well as questions about relying on forced labor. A Canadian research firm called Tech Insights took a deep dive on one of Huawei's artificial intelligence accelerators and found a chip manufactured by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Bloomberg spoke with several people familiar with the investigation who asked to remain anonymous since Tech Insights' report has been released to the public. The anonymous sources say Tech Insights' investigation found an Ascend 910B chip made by TSMC in one of Huawei's AI accelerators. The company that conducted the investigation declined to comment. Reuters reports that Tech Insights informed TSMC of its findings before publishing its report. Now, this prompted TSMC to notify the U.S. Commerce Department earlier this month. The Financial Times reported, citing people familiar with the matter, that TSMC told the department that a customer had placed orders for a chip similar to Huawei's Ascend 910B. One of the Financial Times sources said that TSMC had spoken both to the customer involved and to the Commerce Department after receiving the suspicious order. The U.S. Commerce Department implemented additional trade restrictions against Huawei that barred the electronics company from obtaining chips made by foreign firms. Earlier this year, the U.S. government tightened its restrictions even further by revoking its licenses with Intel and Qualcomm to produce chips for its devices. TSMC denied that it had a working relationship with Huawei since mid-September of 2020 in a statement provided to the Commerce Department. TSMC also told Bloomberg that it has not produced any chips for Huawei due to the amended restrictions. Huawei denied that it had ever launched the 910B chip. This is not the first time that Huawei has been caught trying to subvert U.S. sanctions and trade restrictions. Bloomberg also uncovered in May that Huawei funded secret research in the U.S. at universities including Harvard by funneling the money through a Washington-based scientific research foundation called Optica. The foundation said it decided to return the money in June, and Chief Executive Officers Elizabeth Rogan and Chad Stark stepped down the following August. Car manufacturers will be able to develop new artificial intelligence voice assistants for their cars thanks to a new partnership with Qualcomm and Google. Qualcomm announced on Tuesday that it's working with Google on a new AI development system for car makers. The new version is based on Android Automotive OS, or AAOS, Google's infotainment platform for cars. Qualcomm is offering its Snapdragon digital chassis with Google Cloud and AAOS to generate new AI-powered digital cockpits for cars. Qualcomm also unveiled two new chips for powering driving systems, including the Snapdragon Cockpit Elite for dashboards and the Snapdragon Ride Elite for self-driving features. The new interface will allow car drivers and passengers to interact with custom voice assistants, immersive maps, and real-time driving updates. Car makers can use the new system to create their own unique and marketable AI voice assistants that don't require a connection to a smartphone. Other car makers have taken steps to try to integrate AI systems in its vehicles. Volkswagen announced plans at CES 2024 that it would integrate ChatGPT in its car's voice assistants across a range of newer models. After a slow start, AAOS now underpins vehicles from several manufacturers, including Chevrolet, Honda, Volvo, and Rivian. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Anna Washenko and Danny Gallagher and was voiced and produced by a real person from the boutique sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from Engadget News.